But I think the first thing we're going to do is I've come up with some awards. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, and we're going to go through them and just chat about which players, which teams we think win those awards post Major Four going into champs. So the first award that I came up with was the Can You Help Me Flush Award. And so this one is just pretty easy. It's whichever team put up the biggest stinker at the major and really needed some help out there. So, I mean, we've touched on it a little bit, but I don't know. Who do you guys think was the biggest Can You Help Me Flush team of Major Four?
Who plays the worst? You see.
I feel
What
like,
about God?
Joe, if you said for the whole season, I would say it's between Falcons and LAG.
Yeah,
But just for
but just for Major Four. Just for Major Four, what are we thinking?
I think it has to be the Gentlemates. Kismet.
But they at least
He's
won a series though.
Yeah.
They beat your sad little team Cloud9, bro.
I think I'd say Surge.
I agree. And for me, it
Because they
has to be
play
Surge.
terribly considering how well they should be doing.
Exactly. So the other two teams that I sort of argued in my head were Ravens, because they also got a top 12 finish and they were 1-4 in the qualifiers, and they just seem to continually be going down in terms of their regression. And then the other team I had, unfortunately, was also Cloud9, because I mean, they actually did
They've been
all
terrible.
right in qualifiers and they actually made winners, but then they went on to lose both matches instantly and get top 12 at Major Four, and everyone was hoping they were going to make a run and maybe somehow clinch champs, and that was just, obviously dreams, and they were shattered. But I do agree, it has to be Surge. I mean, they're coming off 2 back-to-back second places, and they get absolutely washed by Thieves in the 3-0 and winners round 1, and then they drop down to versus Falcons, and they lose against Falcons. And I mean, that
should not be losing to Falcons.
Exactly. And Falcons had 2 wins on the season prior to that, and now Surge gave them their third. So I think it has to be Surge, because I mean, and just in terms of expectations and what we expect from Surge compared to where they came, that has to be a stinker and a half.
Yeah.
It's like if Anthony Edwards got first rounded, face of the league, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, lucky you didn't though, so that's good.
Luckily.
Okay, so we all in agreement? We think Surge wins the Can You Help Me Flush Award?
Yeah, flush them down the toilet.
Okay, so the next one is the Don't Take Me Out, Coach, I Can Still Race Award. And this is for the team that, I don't know, they're going to champs. They're in the running, technically. They're at champs. But they actually have no chance of actually doing anything. And they are so far out of the race already, they just haven't realized it yet. So I don't know which team we want to put this to. I have 2 teams in my head, but Garen, Ben, I don't know if you guys have thoughts on which team.
Can we give this to Carolina? Because I think most of the players should be retiring in any case.
Retiring is mad. But no, I also do agree, because I mean, I think the 2 I had in my head, because obviously only 8 teams go to champs, and so the 2 I had in my head were like Boston and Carolina. But like Boston, although I think their ceiling is top 6, like sometimes they can surprise you. While Carolina,
they get hot sometimes. They get really hot sometimes.
Since Minor won when they came second, they've just steadily declined and haven't looked back. And they obviously switched up with Vivid, and they put Dylan Rex in and stuff, but it hasn't translated. They've just gotten worse and worse placings. And I think if they hadn't have placed so well in Major 1, I don't think they'd be going to champs. And I realistically don't think they have a chance of making a run at champs. So, yeah, I think they should be taken out of the race, no matter how badly Slasher wants to fight and carry on going.
Carolina is closer to the bottom teams than it is the other 7 teams that have made it into champs.
Statistically, or is that just your feeling, Ben?
That's just the feeling I got in my bones,
No, but
I mean, look at how they perform. Look at how they performed. Recently.
Okay.
Especially in times that matter. Like when they do come to land, they haven't done nearly as well as they should.
100%. But
isn't Slasher like 40 and he's carrying the team?
He's post 30s.
Yeah.
Sure. But he had a rough.
Got that arthritis soon.
Okay, so well done, Carolina. You win this award. Let's go to the next one. So the next one I have is the Thumbless Award. So this is the person that turned up to Major 4. He had everything he needed. He had his headphones, he had his controller and all that stuff. But what he forgot to bring was his thumbs. And so he was just absolutely appalling the whole major. And I don't know, Garen, Ben, do you guys have any thoughts on who you think is deserving of this prestigious award?
Sure. Oh, sorry.
So, I mean, I think it's 04 because like this O showed up. And I mean, I don't want to hate on Surge too much because I actually like Surge and stuff. But I mean, 04 had a 0.72 KD overall. But the thing that shocked me the most was his control KD was 0.45. Like, so I don't know. And I mean, obviously, yeah, he was terrible in both their matches. Like, Neptune as well, I have here, like, he only had a 0.84. And I think he also didn't have a great major. And even your boy Sib had a 0.78 KD. But I still think 04 was horrendous. He did not turn up for this major. And I really hope he turns it around at major, at champs. But yo, like, someone get this guy some thumbs because it was brutal out there, bro.
Oh no! Oh no! I am going to say Neptune or Sib because so Garen can decide. I'm saying Neptune or Sib because both of those should be the front runners in their team and they performed poorly. Some of the worst in their team. Priester was doing better than them. That is disgusting.
No way.
Arcities was doing better than them.
Yeah, I will say in terms of expectations.
Spot only played one event.
Yeah. In terms of expectations, Sib probably did the worst because he's definitely out of those three is the best player. But I mean, 04, bro, I think Surge might have been better if they showed up in a 3v4. Like, it was awful, dude. He was just wasting lives in control.
So whoever Garen chooses can get the award. It's either Sib, Neptune, or 04.
So Sib may statistically have stunk, but he has aura. You know? So I have to say this award goes to 04.
It carries it matters a lot for Garen. Garen, like, if you have that aura buff, Garen doesn't care what you're dropping. He's like, oh, Sib, well done, Sib.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Garen
04.
wants to be Sib, that's why.
Garen thinks he
is Sib.
Have you seen me in game? I'm closer to no one. I'm
closer to Priest than Sib. That makes you closer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 more awards to go through for our Major 4 reactions. And so the next one up is Are You My Papa Award. So this is the player who showed up on the weekend and actually played incredibly. Like, they did so well that you were like, sure, is this person my papa? Like, will they be able to lead me through and show me what needs to be done? And so I just want to check, who was your papa for the weekend, Garen?
Wait. Let's all say it on 3, 2, 1.
What do you want to say your papa was?
What?
Scrap.
Go. Hydra.
Hydra. Scrap. Hydra.
Let's all say it at the same time, guys. We're going to say the same thing, right?
I thought we were all thinking of the same thing. Sorry, boys.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you guys say Hydra?
Garen said Scrap, didn't he?
I said Scrap. Scrap.
Yeah. I was going to say Scrap is Super's papa.
Did you not see the way Hydra was scolding Super after they beat him, bro? He was scolding him like his papa.
The Ghosty was there like, do you know when you watch your siblings get shouted at and then you're just like, don't worry, man, don't worry, it's okay.
It's okay.
That was Ghosty after Hydra laid into him.
For sure. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, there were other players that turned up. I thought Simp had a rough, like, qualifying stage and stuff, but suddenly when it was tournament time, this man was crazy. I mean, I think he had a 1.21 KD by the end of Major 4. So, I mean, I think over the weekend, Simp played really well. I also thought Celium was always as consistent as always. And I mean, I even, like, shout out to Renkor. I mean, I feel like he played really well. He turned up. But I still think, yeah, I mean, for me, the team that won, it has to be between Hydra and Scrap. I do lean towards Scrap. I do agree that Hydra, when he is playing, he is the greatest player on earth. Like when he is on, like I'm sure you guys have seen the clips of that like 5-piece against FaZe and Control, where he literally just wiped the whole team and stuff. Like when he is on, he is the best player by far. But I mean, Scrap was the MVP. I feel like maybe he was a bit more consistent. And I mean, I don't know, Scrap a shooter. Like I'm not saying he's not the best player in the world, because that man just guns these kids down.
They're both incredible. I'd also like to give a shout out to Lunas and Slasher for having really nice KDs, but they only play like 5 or 7 maps. So you gotta. I mean, those are some great stats, but then you realize it's only for like
2 days. one round of losers. I will say, like Slasher, he's probably old enough to be someone's papa, so like he realistically could be. But in terms of gameplay, nah, I don't know if I'd give it to him this one.
Thanos not snapping right now.
No. Isn't Jaza like actually a father as well?
Yeah, Jaza as a kid, I'm pretty sure.
I guess he's
an actual papa, and he still couldn't turn up, bro. He was scared on Sunday.
And then he's still there.
Simping a busy.
Yeah.
No, that as well.
He's babysitting 24/7. That's what I actually said. Like, it was when they came onto stage. Like obviously he's a lot taller than all of them. I was like, yeah, this guy's just babysitting these 3 for the day. Okay, so are we happy? I don't know. I'm saying Scrap, but you guys said Hydra, so I guess we'll go with Hydra.
Yeah. Get wrecked.
Yo, just give it to LA Thieves.
Yeah, they are my papa. Okay, and then our final award, just shout out to Shotzi. This is just the Flow State Award. So I feel like this is the team that we feel coming out of Major 4 just have momentum, and if they just stay in their flow state, they'll be good to ride it and win champs. I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously LA Thieves is an easy one to pick because they just won, and I feel like they're flowing off that. But I don't know if anyone has any other teams in mind that they think have a chance.
No. 2 words. Green Wall. You got Hoop the Nuke, the most cerebral player. You got Shotzi, who's always in flow state. It's like,
yeah, I agree. Top 8.
Bottom 8.
That's my top 3rd team.
Your top 3rd team.
or champs, my boy. Top 3.
There's no way.
Float State Kings, my boy.
No. So I mean, obviously, I'm a Thieves fan. I believe that they'll go 3-peat and they will win champs. But like, to make it interesting, I really think, based on this final result, if Miami can be a bit more consistent and maybe sort out 1 or 2 things, like, I mean, this placing at the end of Major 4, like, they were looking good. Like, it was competitive against Thieves, FaZe, and them. So I really feel like if they can sort out 1 or 2 things, maybe sort out their consistency, I'm pretty sure they can ride this wave of momentum and maybe make a run. They're my favorites at the moment, I think, outside of FaZe and Thieves, to actually do some damage.
I think that's the right answer. Them or Optic.
Okay. So yeah, but I don't know. I think Thieves are just too much of a dominant force at the moment. But I don't even think that, like, it's not even like a flow state thing. They just need to play, and they're just so good, and they're just so talented.
Well, there's always something that could happen. With Trump being in office and all this deportation, he might decide one day he doesn't like the French, and he might just send little Hydra back home, and they won't be able to do anything. He can try connect via online, but I don't think you'll be able to compete with the land, my boy.
Yeah, if that happens, Thieves is flow stating straight to top 8 for sure.
And then Scrap won't look like the best player in the world.
I know, he still will. Scrap's a shooter. He's good. He's fine, I promise. Okay, so who are we giving it to? Thieves, or do you guys like another team for?
Give it to Thieves.
I think Miami should get it.
Okay. Yeah, as long as we're not giving it to Optic.
Miami's the right answer.
No.
I would give it to Optic personally, but Miami is a good answer.
The biggest Optic hater here, like, no, they flow stating. They can make it.
I've been supporting them since day 1, brother.
Suddenly, Optic seems to have figured some things out and are turning the corner, and Ben's like, I've been there since day 1.
Amen, my brother.
Imagine they go back to back though. like from being the worst team in the league
to winning champs. If they do, I don't know, whatever deals they making with the underbelly, it's worth it, bro. Because
I don't know. Yeah, actually, Shotty going straight to 1 and 2 on all-time list if that happens.
Not Garen's. Not Garen's. He's not happy with that. Okay.
The ring last year doesn't count.
So we'll give it to Miami then. We'll see if they can do some damage at champs.